So South Korea has recently changed their age law. Their age law, which I'll explain in a little bit, was different than everybody else. The recent, I guess, I don't know what they call it, president or what leader of South Korea recently, he campaigned on changing this, and he did end up changing this. So what was different? So, for example, in the old South Korean age rule, say you were born on December 1st, 2000, right? So right now in America and pretty much everywhere else, that person would be 20. I better do my quick math here. That person would be 22 years old. Yeah, because they would turn 23 this year. So if you're born on
Yeah.
December 1st, 2000, that person would be 22 years old. But in South Korea, there was two catches. Number one, as soon as you were born, you turned 1 years old. And as soon as every new year starts, so on January 1st, you turned another year. So that person would be 2 years older because they if they were born on 2000, December 1st, 2000, they would be one. And then as soon as it got to January 1st, 2001, they would be two. So, and actually they'd be zero at that time. But right now, but they were two. And the same thing right now, they'd be 22 in normal, like, the rest of the world. And they would, right now, they'd actually be 24. But that just got struck down. They just changed their law. There's a couple rules still in place. Like, now that they're following the rest of the world, there's some rules still in place. So your rule with like going out to drink and stuff like that, which I think is 19 is their limit there. That is still in place. Where if you go 19 by the calendar, so everyone's by that you follow the January 1st. So if you were born in say 2004, you still wouldn't be able, even if you've or 2003, even if you turn 19, you have to let the calendar year turn first. So that they made that change, but now they're following the rest of the world too. And I don't know. If this breaks from tradition, I'll ask Jake first and I'll give my opinion. But do you think this breaks from tradition, or do you think this is a much needed change? It's only about 2 years, you know.
But yeah, I think this is a much needed change. I don't really have an opinion on the topic, but I think this is a much needed change. I think that they had to follow the rest of the world with that. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I think it was cool. I think it's cool tradition. I mean,
Yeah, it was cool.
I think especially because it's something a little different, right? Like say you're 51 and you're actually 49 the rest of the world, that's not that, I mean, that's not a big difference. You're gonna be 51 2 years later, right? But say like with the drinking requirements, all that, that's a big deal. And especially, I don't want to be older than I actually am. I don't want to be like, say if I was 21. Now my birthday's on January 3rd, so it wouldn't be the 2 year effect, but most of the year I'd be 1 year older if I was in Korea. And I mean, I don't know. I'd rather be 21 than 22. I don't want to be older yet. So overall, I think it was a good change. And one of the other reasons, just really quick before we wrap this up, one of the big reasons they actually changed it was like, when you say in the United States with Social Security, you have that 65 or whatever, it's kind of the same things with their government programs. Like it was a little confusing, when they turn that age, when they should be eligible for that. But I think it's a good change. But I always like traditional culture. So I'll say it's a little too bad that they're getting rid of it.